Hi guys and girls, welcome back to my channel. I do hope you're doing well. We have another little scandals with Shan, which this wasn't actually going to be this month's topic, but after the delivery escapade I had earlier in the month, I was like, you know what? I need to vent. And if Shannon needs to vent, I bring you guys in it and we have a big discussion. And there's actually quite a few of you that need to vent as well. And this month's topic is delivery drivers. Now, this is not any offence if you're a delivery driver or companies that you work for, but I haven't had good experiences lately with delivery drivers, guys. And according to all of the ones you've sent in, you haven't either. So we're just going to sit here, have a little natter. I don't quite know what background I'm going to do. You will see this with a background already, but I'm currently sitting here with a green screen behind me. And I'm trying to think what I could do. Maybe something with a few boxes behind me. I don't know. You may hear some banging. That is Footloose. I mean, Saturday afternoon when we're all trying to relax. Time has surpassed and we have all the shebanging langs going along. So we're just going to ignore that. You guys say, Shan, we actually can't even hear it. So that must mean that this camera, it may be old, but it is doing something good if you can't hear it, because our ears can most definitely hear it. Guys, get comfy. We are going to chill. We're going to get the iPad and we're going to have a good old rant today. And it's all going to be delivery drivers and delivery issues. Right, so I'll tell you a bit about our escapades this month, but I was just looking online at like roughly what people are saying about it before I get into your one, and the big one that seems to be coming up is Every/Hermes. So Hermes was the original courier firm, and if you remember, they rebranded to Every, and I was kind of like, maybe just a rebrand. Apparently they rebranded because they had so many complaints of missing parcels, things not arriving, delivery driver issues, and then Every seems to be getting the same complaints as well. And as I say, this is not saying that every delivery driver for any of these companies are like the people we're going to discuss, but you do have a few. You do have a small minority, which I think then makes it bad on the actual genuine people, because we have some fantastic couriers in our area. And then when I see sometimes them pop up for a certain one, I'm like, oh no. Because you just know it's going to be hassle. And I'm like, Mum, can you skedaddle and make sure that you're home, please? You might see me like hiding my hand, guys. My hand is a little bit sore at the moment. We had a little bit of a thing, look, ripped it clean off. So I'm kind of like hiding it right now because I feel like Quasimodo with my nail looking down at this, and I'm not really vibing with it, to be perfectly honest. But one that come up when I was looking as a viral case, for example, it was in 2022, and it said Every apologises after a footage showing a delivery driver in Leicester seemingly stealing the parcel. It went viral. So now, of course, CCTV, ring doorbells, people on their phones, everything is pretty much recorded. And I definitely feel like I'm going to invest in a ring doorbell for Mum. Just purely so I can speak to her through the doorbell and be like, where are you going? What have you got in the bag? Because she didn't realise that you can talk through the doorbells. So I think the first few times I could probably put stuff on like You've Been Framed, because it will shock her, I think. But this one said that the driver seemingly delivered the parcel, and the CCTV footage that was shared on TikTok had over 2.8 million views. Like, that's a lot, and that's a lot of probably not the greatest of publicity for Every. And it said on the house's CCTV, you see the driver getting the package, taking a picture of it at the property's fence, and then taking it back to the van, and then driving it off. They tried to track down, but the poster uploaded in the video found the number plate. When they was approached, they was told that he no longer would work for Every, and they was offered a goodwill gesture of probably not a great amount for what the parcel was worth. It said was called previously Hermes before rebranding, because Hermes was named the worst delivery service in the country by Citizens Advice, with just 1.7 stars out of 5. And that was due to packages not being delivered, difficulty to contact customer services, and issues with accessibility. Now, I don't know about you guys, but one thing that really bugs me with courier services is you can't contact to speak to someone. I just scratched myself, didn't I? Yes, I did, trying to get rid of that double chin, you see. So Royal Mail, you can track, and then you can reschedule on the app. Every, you can track. Most of the courier companies you can track. It's when it goes a little bit pear-shaped after that it goes a bit haywire. if, say for example, it's marked as delivered and it's not. If, for example, something's damaged, if something says it's been lost in transit, when you need to then get through to them, is anyone else in the situation where you find you speak to the courier company, they refer you back to whoever the seller was, and then the seller will refer you to the courier company to log a complaint? I think it's a load of crap, to be perfectly honest, because as the paying customer, if something happens with your parcel in transit, that shouldn't be then for you to go and chase all these different departments. You should be able to notify one part, whether it be the courier or the seller, and be like, hey guys, I haven't got my parcel. Can you let me know where it is? But it doesn't seem to be that easy. I know with Royal Mail, if you do not receive something of a certain value, you have to do a loss of request form. Also with DPD, because I had this incident beginning of the month. So as you guys all know, I decided to treat myself to a new phone. I thought, you know what, new tax year's coming around, taxman is gonna take what he wants. I want a little something. So I ended up buying myself a 15 Pro. No, it wasn't the Pro, I think it was just the normal 15. It's one of the newer ones, which for me, guys, I don't have new phones. You know me, I had my last one about 4 years. I'm normally like, when I buy a new one, it's never a new. It'll always be a few years beforehand. But I thought, you know what? Dan may have swayed me into it and was like, it's an investment. And I thought, you know what? It is an investment. But I don't feel that I was meant to get a phone at that time because of what happened. The camera though is a lot better, and you guys are noticing the quality, so I'm very, very happy with that. I can't lie, I'm still getting to grips with all the camera, because I can zoom out and zoom in so far and put all these, like, honestly, I feel like a new kid with tech. And I'm not a lot of tech stuff excites me, but if it comes to like computers or cameras, that stuff excites me. So yeah, I'm having a lot of fun playing around with my new phone. I have got a boring standard case though, guys. I have just got the clear case from Amazon, because I picked up, let me just show you. Everyone said on my Instagram I should have done an unboxing. I'm like, do people even do them now? Like an unboxing of a new phone or laptop or tablet? But I got the iPhone 15. I got it in the baby pink. How cute is this? Now, I can't remember the phones having a colour. Probably last time I had a coloured phone, I had a pink one again. I think I was about 14 or 15. After that, I've just had the white iPhones. But I did get this in, my old phone was 256 gig. You can get some phones, I think it was the iPhone 15 Pro Max. Also, the new phones are becoming a mouthful to say. You can get 1 terabyte, which is a huge amount of memory for your phone. But I got a 512 gigabyte, and I thought, you know what? I just got a clear case off Amazon, because I am on the hunt for some new phone cases. Shan may be having an order for phone cases, but I also want to maybe look and get some nice ones. I've seen some on, is it Love Cases? I'm not too sure, but I've seen ones with Highland Cows and Cowgirls. So yeah, Shannon needs like all new phone cases now. All new seasonal ones. Dan's just laying there. You're right there rubbing your feet together. Dan's studying right now, so
I'm sorry.
He's studying and I'm exploiting all of the madness. But yeah, I do need some new phone cases. So I think when we're out and about, it might be. Oh, I'll pick that up. I can't lie though, guys. The phone cases that I see in the stores are you. I'm gonna tape his feet together.
Why? Is that irritating?
I didn't know if the camera's gonna pick up on it.
It doesn't matter. You said you got a good camera. Okay.
But we'll test the noise whether you leave blanket.
Right,
we'll see if the noise is good enough to pick up Dan's. But yeah, I do need some phone cases. So if you guys know anywhere where I can get like iPhone 15 phone cases, nice ones. I'm thinking seasonal, and then I'm thinking some for every month, because you know I like to have one for every month. But then I might like to switch it up and have like an extra special one for Valentine's or my birthday or Easter. Basically, I have a lot of phone cases already, and I might end up just getting loads more. You might also think, Shan, you haven't got your earrings in. I can't find my black pearls, so that's why we're a little bit. No, the black ones didn't actually get stained blue. I have stained my normal pearls blue, but I don't know where my black pearls are. So sorry for being earringless today. I was looking, I'm like, I don't recognise myself without earrings. But what a big tangent. So maybe there'll be a round 2, because when I order my new phone cases, something's bound to go happen in it. It's going to be my karma for doing this video.
They're going to turn up, no problems.
Fingers crossed. So the drama I had with the phone, guys, it was through my local depot at DPD. Now, when I see DPD, I don't like it. DPD, especially for my area, if you have anything that is electrical, it will go missing. I had it when I got my iPad, and I had it when I got my laptop. It will either go missing or it will get flashed as delivered, and it hasn't, and then it is a rigmarole. So I purchased the phone and I paid for next day delivery before 12 because mum had to go out, and I was like, can you just please stay in? Got a parcel coming, like we need to have it signed for. It got to about 11:30 and mum's like, the parcel still hasn't come. So I went onto the DPD tracking, and it was like, we have your parcel, we should be able to give you like a shipment time at 12 o'clock. And I'm like, no, I needed it before 12. So I checked all the tracking, and it had got to my local depot at 3 o'clock in the morning. So I thought it had plenty of time to be there. And then at 12:15, I had a notification, and it was like flagged as delivered. Now, guys, when I tell you I opened this and I saw a name that signed for it, there was nothing to do with me, the location, which just so happened to be around the corner from the depot, and a hand with my parcel that was not Mama G's hand. The sheer, you know when you just feel sick, because I'm like, someone's got a lot of my money right there. And that's not me. Oh my God, I'll tell you what, this new phone as well, it picks you up on your eyes. Half the time it doesn't recognise me. It thinks I'm catfish if I've got makeup on. And then I've just looked at it down here, and it's like swipe up to unlock. It's recognising me from this angle. I mean, I don't know how. It's got the double chins in the way. But, so I had sheer dread. So I went on to Courier's, and I was like, hi, flagged it's delivered. I don't have it. You need to speak to DPD. I'm like, okay. So I done an online chat, and they said, oh yeah, it's been flagged as delivered. You've got to wait 48 hours. And I'm like, no. So I asked for it to be escalated, and I was like, look, first off, I needed it before 12. It's now been flagged as delivered in an area that is very close to the depot, with a man's hand grabbing my parcel and a name that is not my name. So they didn't want to look into it, DPD. DPD was just like, nah, you got to speak to Couriers. And I was like, no. I would like to speak to the depot, please. And the thing is, guys, you can't even speak to the depots. There's always like a middle person, which I think is not great customer service at all. And I waited about an hour. I got a call back just to say we're still looking into it. I think I waited till about 3:30 and I still hadn't heard anything. So I called them again, and I was told the driver will be, because I said, like, are you confirming the driver will be back? There's been an error. He's dropped it at someone else's house and he's going back to pick it up. And I'm like, in this day and age, we like to think everyone's truthful. But unfortunately, that's not the case. And I think you've got to have a very honest person to return a parcel that you've not ordered. And also, why would you take in a parcel that you hadn't ordered? Under the name, under a thing, if you hadn't been expecting anything, or even if you had, you would check the name surely. And if someone says, can you sign for this? Surely you would think like, oh, it must be a bit spinny. The thing I think they need to do with phones is not make the packaging so simple, because you can lift up a phone box and you know automatically it's a phone. And I think sometimes that leads people to maybe not make the right decisions. So I was told, wait till 6 o'clock. He will be going to pick it up and returning it. And I was like, I just hope to God that these people are in, or whoever's took it in. I wait till 6 o'clock, nothing. I then called and they said wait till 8 o'clock. I wait till 8 o'clock, I called, our offices are now closed. Guys, when I tell you I was raging, like raging, I wanted to go to the depot and search that depot for my parcel. The next morning, I called Couriers again and they said, we need to send you a form, but we can see it's been removed from being lost. And I was like, what? And they said, because it's been marked as delivered. So I'd called Couriers, obviously the first day, and they'd marked it as lost. Whoever then went on, saw it had a delivered sign against it and took it out of being lost. If I never called Couriers, that would have been marked as delivered, and I would have waited the 14 days they told me for nothing to have been processed. So my thing for you guys, if something goes missing and they say, yeah, don't worry, it's been logged, call daily. Because if I hadn't have called then, that would never have been put back in as missing. So they had to then revert it back into the missing pile, had to go to the back of the queue, and they're like, it will take 14 days now for us to like investigate and everything like this. You then had a request for a loss, or like request for non-arrival of parcel, because I think of the value that it was, they have to then do their investigations. I then called the DPD depot in the morning, and I was like, I was told the driver was coming back, like, where was he? Where's my parcel? And the woman that I had from DPD, oh, guys, if I tell you 8 o'clock in the morning, I was livid. I was livid. The response I got back from this lady was, well, the driver got back late in it, and yeah, you ain't getting your parcels to speak to Couriers. And then she hung up on me. Good job she did hang up, because there was expletives flying left, right, centre. And then all of a sudden, about an hour later, Mama G called me and was like, your parcel's just turned up. And I'm like, are you joking? Like, are you actually kidding me? Because I'd had no notification. So say, for example, they'd have come back, guys. They didn't tell anyone that they was redelivering it. So that, again, in our area, it's not uncommon for drivers just to put the parcel down, knock it, take a picture of the door, and then scoot off and just leave the parcel sitting there. We had that earlier on as well in the month with Dan. Been dropped off at a house. Yeah, it's been delivered, and the picture we literally distinguished just by a bit of the handle and a bit broken off of a letterbox to know whose it was, because they didn't leave a name, nothing, was it?
You're almost going to like detection mode.
Yeah, because it was about 5 o'clock in the morning. Like, you're going to all the doors thinking,
I'm going to wake one of these up. I'm going to wake one of these up.
And we're like thinking, we don't recognise that door. Anyway, we found out where it was, but it was because it had been signed and marked as delivered at this location, and they just sign it under the name the parcel's in.
It's just a scribble, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think that's so terrible that they actually like will sign it as if it's you.
I think they should actually get a picture of the person.
Yeah, so how they normally would do it, like Yodel, I think are very good. I've never had any problems with Yodel. I will always see Mum's snuddy or slippers in the bottom.
Yeah.
That's how I know Mum's got it. Or she'll just be like holding like the parcel. Normally it's the Lush box from Yodel, and she'll just be holding, and obviously they don't get your face and all that for date protection, but you'll see her normally snuddy and her flip-flops. But the photo that the DPD had, normally when they deliver HelloFresh, again, you would see Mum's persona or her slippers, but this was so zoomed in that you literally just saw a hand taking it, and you saw like a staircase, and I was like, no. My thinking, and as I say, please don't think I'm insinuating this for all things, but I think within courier companies there are bad situations, and it wouldn't surprise me that you would have perhaps, say, like a central hub for parcels that they may think would just go missing and people might not moan about. I tell you now, guys, if people thought that they was going to steal my phone and I was just going to be like, yeah, I'll wait 14 days, I raised hell. Because at the end of the day, I think you're working for that product, and the courier should be an honest person to deliver that. Well, anyway, when the parcel come, it was a little bit battered, and I said to Mum, like, I'm not really happy. I opened it all, it was sealed. I called the customer services, and I was like, right, this is how it is. This is how it looks. Like, they don't put them in plastic anymore. I remember an iPhone always used to be wrapped in...
Sorry, that's habit. Sorry. I'm going to hide my feet. I'm so sorry.
That's like the noise of the drivers scuttling off so quick when they take the parcels, like off they go. And I was just like, no. I was like, I always thought iPhones come cellophaned, but apparently now there's no cellophane, so it's just a box and there's like a tag. So I sent the photo to the couriers. They said it's been unopened, everything like that. So in the end, we got the parcel. But I think the complete rigmarole, if I was to order now and see DPD as a courier and it was for electricals, no. I would rather now, because I think it's safer having electricals delivered as opposed to potentially you could go into a store, pick up a really expensive electrical piece, and you could get robbed or attacked at. It's not uncommon for that to happen, especially in like these types of areas. So you think that you're safer having someone deliver it to you, and it's not always the case. I think next time any form of electricals, unless they're electricals that have to be installed, i.e. washing machines, ovens and that. If it's like TVs or whatever, I will put the seats in the back of my car down and we will go and collect any electricals like that, because I just think you can't take the chance anymore. And like if they get damaged, because that's what I was worried about, that I'm going to open this phone and it's going to be smashed to pieces. Luckily, touch wood, it was absolutely fine. But yeah, it was just a complete rigmarole, guys. And then as I say, Dan had parcels that we had to go investigating, looking at doors, like the little bits of handle and the letterbox to find out who it was. But it's the after service, and I think you have to be able to, it's not a case of a live chat, because the thing that really bugs me, these live chats are like bots, and you'll be like, where is my delivery? And they'll be like, oh yeah, please type here, la la, your delivery is out today, tell us if it hasn't arrived. And you're like, hasn't arrived, please contact XYZ, but there's never normally a number. And I think that's the most frustrating part as a consumer and a customer, because you're like, I want to be able to talk to someone as to where on earth my parcel has gone. But yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't seem like I'm the only one to have problems, and I probably won't be. A lot of you guys, if you do have any problems, leave them down in the comments below. But yes, they are not the way to be. Let me just have a look, because there we are. Right, I just had to find them. So this is what I mean. It all depends, areas and companies, because I've had one sent in saying Yodel and my area nightmare. They tell me my parcel's been delivered and it hasn't, and I have to go to a similar address to get it back and steal my own parcel back inevitably. According to Yodel though, they delivered it to me. However, I've lost many parcels to Yodel over the time, sadly. So for me, I would probably say Yodel is one of the better couriers in our area. I would probably say it would be Yodel. Every and Royal Mail are on par, because Royal Mail they have to bring with the post, but we don't seem to be getting post in our area often, do we?
Because of striking.
Yeah, like we don't really get that. Every, you do get your time slot, and normally, I say 95% of the time they're okay. Mum will normally get them. Like you had a parcel the other day, and but see the thing is, guys, they take the picture with the door closed on every.
So, I'm sure mine was every.
I think yours was. You had the thing.
But because they got a picture of the driver of who's delivering it.
That's it.
And both times it's been the same driver. So one he left with a few doors up, and then
he left this one on the doorstep.
One was on the doorstep with a picture, and I'm like, oh God, please.
It's like, gold, is there a parcel? Yeah, it's here. Mum's like, oh. Okay, but like there's many a times I like if Royal Mail or Every and like me and Dan are here, and they'll knock the door, and by the time you go to open the door to get the parcel, they're already up the road. So how do they know that you're even in? Oh God, phone's bleeping away. How do they even know that you're in? They just don't. They must be mind readers.
I'll be quiet.
I'm back, guys. Oh, that was an eventful conversation with Dada. Literally just quick chat that I thought 25 minutes later. KFC order later. Nose job order later. I think Dada's going through a midlife crisis. But let's get back in with the delivery issues. Watch this. Something's going to go wrong with the delivery of his KFC now, ain't it?
Oh,
I'm doing.
You put that in the reverse.
Something's going to go wrong. We're not going to manifest that. But there's only a few more to go through, guys. One of my lovely said, it's not funny, but I sent you an Amazon back in September, which you never received. When I checked, it said it was left on the porch with no picture. And after talking to you, I went back to Amazon and they said that it was too late to do. Now, that absolutely infuriates me, that when you guys send parcels and they said it was delivered and it never was. That's horrible. Like, that's, if you ever send me anything, guys, like, let me know ASAP, because then what I will do is I'll say to the lady, like, make sure, go out and check it's there, and then I can let you guys know whether it's a yay or a nay. The post office is okay, but it's only because we let them know Every and the husband knows him from school. I would say Amazon are the worst of the lot. They don't knock, there's no card for the day, and in fact only today Amazon driver asked us to take the parcel in for 2 doors down, and so far they've not picked it up, so that means that no card has been left. Love you loads. That I think is a thing. Royal Mail, you will normally always get a card. Whether you get a card with the correct information on is another thing, but you always get some form of a card. We have sometimes when Every put the card through, but there's no details, there's no tracking number, there's no name, so you kind of have to play pot kettle black. But yeah, I definitely think that a card is the least that can be put through in these instances, guys. Let's have a look. One of my lovelies, it's thrown me back to Easter time. And on this, so there was a few theories as to what happens with the parcels when they go missing. And one of my lovely says, I'm sure they get sold as mystery boxes on a website. You buy bundles of missing parcels for £100. Now, I've seen this online. Oh, KFC's en route. I've seen this online that you can buy pallets of things from John Lewis from Amazon, and they're like unwanted parcel pallets. Me being me, didn't realise that that's actually someone's parcels. They're just parcels that have never been claimed. And I watched one recently of Demi, the northern girl I watched, and she bought lost property baggage. So, you know when you have the suitcases that go missing at the airports, and they don't come back, you buy these things. Do you know how much a missing case is worth? She paid £250 for this case.
For one case?
And when she opened it, the case was battered inside this box, and she had 2 packs of M&S underwear. There was a child's flip-flop in there. There was men's t-shirts, and there was a few other things. And she said, this just does not warrant the money that I've paid for it.
Why would you buy it? Because obviously they're going to show you, oh, you can get the duty-free.
But the thing was, they said that everyone's details had to be removed from these. And when she opened her case, it had the person's details still in there.
So why did they just
name, address? We don't work in the airport, darling.
Let's get jobs in airports.
But you pay a lot of money and you think, that's someone's baggage.
Yeah, they're sitting there thinking, I've lost a flip-flop.
Imagine if they'd done that with my granddad's all them years ago.
Do you know what I mean?
When we went up and we was talking to Nan about the cruises, she said, like, my granddad, he didn't have his case from Newcastle to Florida, and he got stuff on the cruise and all that. But you imagine, like, oh, what's this case? I'd have flipped. I'd have absolutely flipped. But he did get his case all them many moons ago. But yeah, I didn't realise that you can buy them for bundles. I saw pallets, but me being me, I didn't actually realise that it was to do with that, you know? Hey-ho. One of my lovelies says, my son's school uniform was robbed. Posted the plastic and the invoice, and Every and Asda used them. They're the worst. Can you imagine just having like the invoice of your parcel posted through with no parcel? I'd be fuming. I'd be absolutely raging, because it's like, where's the thing that it's come with? Like, where is the parcel? And then the last one, guys, is one of my lovely says, I've been told by my delivery driver it's been delivered when it hasn't been, and it's a nightmare with no proof. What can you do? This is the thing where I do think you need to have some form of communication, and it's not all to do this live chat bot thing. You should be able to, as a paying customer, check your deliveries. Like right now, I've ordered Dada KFC. It's told me it's confirmed, it's en route, and I can track where the driver is, and he is just leaving the place. And then you follow him on the little map, and then normally, because Dada's in like an apartment block, they'll call me because my number is on the account, and they'll be like, we're outside, and then I have to call Dada, make sure he's not asleep, and be like, your food's here.
Just throwing it out there, why don't you phone him and let him know that they're downstairs? Because then he'll go downstairs and wait for it, and then you won't get a phone call.
That's just getting him out. That's effort for Dad. I don't even know if Dada actually goes to the door, or whether he just leans out of his window.
Oh.
Because he can just open his window to the main bit and probably be like, yeah, mate, it's here. So we'll see. But guys, that was a little bit of a tangent one this month. As I say, I just felt with the delivery experience that I'd had, and I was like, you know what, you got to be in my bonnet, I can't lie. And then Dan had a few waylaid ones, and it just weren't the greatest month. But as I say, a lot of you guys, you've had them too. We're not the only ones. But as I say, if you did enjoy the video, you know what to do. Hit that thumbs up and subscribe down below, and leave me a comment. Have you had any delivery conundrums, or do you know how it works within these courier firms? Have you been a delivery driver, or do you know of some stories? Do let us know down below. But take care, stay safe as always, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.